welcome to West Country Wanderings and welcome to one of my shorter videos. It's not actually a short bite, it's kind of an in-between one, so I haven't branded it as a short bite. I'm here today in Gloucestershire at Lydney Junction. I've just started off at Lydney station. I've come here to kind of do a recce really, because I want to do a longer video here. I want to catch the train to Lydney from home in Gloucestershire and do a train ride from Lydney Junction station to Park End, where this preserved line goes. This is the Dean Forest Railway, and before I did that I thought I'd just have a look around the area. So we're going to start off with having a look at Lydney Junction station. I'm just going to wait for a train to come in here. There is a steam service now. We're in September, early part of September, and at the weekends and midweek, it's a Wednesday, only one day in the week, which tends to be quieter, which is why I've come today. They are running trains, steam and diesel, so I thought I'd capture some of that action, do a recce before I do a full visit here at some future point. I'm not sure when that will be, this year or going into early spring next year. We'll also have a look down at Lydney Harbour, because that's a really interesting place as well, where there's also part of the Lydney Canal, a huge dockside there, which is currently undergoing a lot of extensive restoration. So why not join me here at Lydney Junction. Well, I've just come round to the rather delightful Bathhurst Park, and as I was coming away from Lydney Junction, you come to St Mary's Halt, which the Dean Forest Railway opened quite a few years ago, but they no longer use. It's still there, still visible. Have that fantastic original footbridge there as well, which has also been fully restored, and that was placed there because of the crossover bridge. The occupation bridge was often blocked by busy coal locos coming out of the forest, the Dean Forest, the Dean collieries, making their way down to the main line to take them out of Gloucestershire and to other areas, probably including up to Droitwich Spa, which we talked about earlier a few days ago when I was doing the Droitwich Spa video. So what I'm doing is I'm going to wait for the train. There's one about 10 to 2. It's going to come out of Lydney Town, well, making its way from Norchard down through Lydney Town station. I probably won't have time to look at that today, but I'll film it from the footbridge going through. And then I'm going to go to the harbour, Lydney Harbour, have a look around there, and I'll come back and do some more shots of trains at Lydney Junction to wrap the video up today here. But yeah, I've got myself a coffee. Can't go without a coffee, can you? Got to have a coffee. And I'll see you all in a bit. So I'm currently standing on St Mary's Bridge, footbridge that is, which was restored a few years ago. Don't know the exact date it was restored. If I can find out, put it below. It was actually, sorry, the blue thing, by the way, in that is my raincoat. We've got showers today, so I had to keep that with me. But yeah, here we're at St Mary's footbridge, and this had been closed since 2007. And it's actually been repaired by a company called Maybe, who are actually based right here in Lydney. And it was fully restored by them and lots of volunteers, of course, from the Dean Forest Railway. There's plaques around here that people donated money to restore this bridge, and it gives you a brilliant access point. Of course, it's a key point that links the harbour, Lydney railway station, the Gardens Bowman Park that I've just been through, St Mary's Church, and the town centre. So it's an important pedestrian thoroughfare to get from one part of the town to another, particularly of course down to the railway station if you're catching a train out of this lovely town here in the Forest of Dean. But yeah, I'm going to come up the top of this bridge now, get some shots of the steam train even going through. Sorry, what's wrong with my words today? Probably the rain. Gonna get some shots of that, and then we're gonna head down to Lydney Harbour, and I'll see you down there shortly. Now, originally there were two lines here. Well, there's still two lines. One that's used by the Dean Forest Railway. There's another line that they've just got redundant truck locomotives that they're waiting repair on it. So they had two main lines in and out connecting Lydney Town to Lydney Junction. There was also a third line, and the reason for that, you had coal trains coming out of here 24 hours a day, coming out of the Forest of Dean from the corridors, connecting up to the South Wales main line to move the coal out to be exported into other markets. Also next to St Mary's Halt is this fantastic Lydney Lake, huge lake right next to the town centre. So we're back here at Lydney Junction Station again, and this is the end of the line as far as Dean Forest Railway is concerned, or perhaps the beginning of the line. Of course, this is where the line originally was a junction. There's a connection down that way to the main line between Gloucester and Newport. This is where the locomotive, the steam locomotive, runs round in its train, enabling it to head back towards Lydney Town, Norchard and Park End. We're going to head down now we've seen some steam trains here, to Lydney Harbour, and just show you around that area there, because we've got the canal. We've also got the River Severn. Yeah, I know, we've been familiar with that, aren't we? Doing the Severn Way and also the Droitwich Canal recently. But we'll have a look at that. It's a really interesting place. As I say, it's not perfect because it's undergoing restoration at the moment. We'll have a look and see how they're getting on. So here we are at Lydney Harbour. Lydney had a canal, which goes right into the town. Only part of it is navigable these days, but these locks here have been restored. In fact, this whole Lydney Harbour area has been extensively restored over the past 2 to 3 years. There's now a cafe here with toilets, a tourist information centre to tell you more about it. And of course, we're by the banks of the River Severn. Now, if these black huts look very railwayish to you, there's a very good reason for that. There's 2 layers here, and we're going to have a closer look. But basically, the lower layer had empty trucks on it, and there was another railway track on the upper one, and the coal was emptied from one to the other, and then they could transfer it both to and from barges that made their way up the River Severn and also across from the Forest of Dean down the Lydney Canal. So where I'm standing currently is coal tip number 9, literally the end of the line for the Forest of Dean coal, as it made its way out of the collieries in the Forest of Dean, just a little to the west of where I currently stand, into the boats below Lydney Harbour, making their way out into the Severn Channel and to further points west, north, south and east. What I'm walking on currently is actually the old railway track which went from where the current Lydney railway station is. That's the South Wales main line we've mentioned, between Gloucester and Newport, and it left and went right down to the harbour we've just seen on the banks of the River Severn. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little introduction to the Dean Forest Railway, Lydney Junction and Lydney Harbour. As I say, we'll be back here again. I'll catch the train to Lydney, get on a train here at Lydney Junction towards Park End. I'll get off at Park End and we'll have a explore in more detail at the Forest of Dean and some of the railway tunnels and the many mineral lines and railways that once crisscrossed this fascinating historical part of West Gloucestershire. Hope you enjoyed it today. If you did, then please consider a like, perhaps a comment, or you could also check out my Facebook group, West Country Wanderings. Go on to Facebook, put in West Country Wanderings, and if you're interested, just request to join. I'll be along shortly to invite you into the group. There you can also share videos of yourself, railways around the southwest that I've done, that you visited yourself, and perhaps tell other people other people that watch my channel all about them, but also other things that I do on my channel as well. Anything that you've done in the West Country region that I cover. As I say, if you hit the bell and subscribe, or subscribe even and hit the bell, then YouTube will tell you what the next video is that I've uploaded. I appreciate that not everybody will be interested in all the videos I do, but YouTube will tell you what that video is, whether it's a canal one, a railway one, a walking one, historical one, a beachy type one, whatever it is, YouTube will tell you, and then perhaps that'll be interest of whatever takes your interest. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it today. Take care of yourselves, look after yourselves, and I hope to see you on the channel again very, very soon. All the best for now. Bye-bye.